Hello everybody and welcome back to Kimball's Corner. I am Kimball. Today we're going to be coloring in Camilla Jericho's Beauties and Beasties coloring book, because why wouldn't we? I said I would last week, I keep my promises. I'm going to be using the Castle Arts Gold 120 colored pencils. If you've got them, color along. It'll be fun, I promise, probably, maybe, I don't know, I can't make promises. So instead of overwhelming myself with 120 colored pencils, I went through and curated ones that I know I'm going to be using more than others. This case is so hard to open. So here are the swatches. Pretty colors, we love them.
Kimball, can you explain to me why
I'm out of breath? Or,
they're all over the place?
No, I can't. I hate that, but whatever. I like rainbow order.
How is that helpful? Like, there has to be a reason why they did it like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to pick my colors, and I'm like, greens. I was trying to compare, so there was a green that I had to swap out because they were too similar. Whatever.
Oh, who's that?
Oh my god. An unknown caller.
Ooh, answer it. Come on, answer. Let's find out who it is. Come on.
Hello, this is Kimball. Hello, this is Kimball. Yes. I am not. I am in England, but you know.
Ask me if he wants to be on the live stream.
Oh, well, you know, good luck. It was lovely speaking with you. Take care.
Who is that?
You know, I couldn't understand his name, but he was trying to reach his cousin.
Oh, well, it's always fun. Whenever Kimball gets a call, we know it's up.
He's got the wrong number.
Oh.
Pleasant fellow. Anyway, where we're talking about swatches, right?
Swatch it.
So there's like a million of them. There's a lot that are somewhat similar. So I went through, curated the ones that I want because... Gasp.
Wow.
Just because I do portraits more so than anything, so I picked out a lot of pieces that
Colors.
Pencils.
Pencils!
That I was going to use. So, these are the leftover ones. Also, I don't like using the trays because they just take up so much space. But I mean, yeah, like...
Alright, so where's your swatch thing?
You know what?
Get to it.
You need to calm right down, lady.
Get to it. Just kidding, you're doing great.
Slave driver. So I can put this away, keep my swatches with the thingies that have been swatched. Move this huge thing out of the way, and as my pencils, like, I put them in a Derwent little pencil case, and as they run out, I can swap them with similar colors. So, you know, I'm good to go for at least 3 years.
That's where that goes.
For now. Why did I put it over there? It goes right here. It was just so hard to get this open.
A space for everything and it's...
Well, it's a new concept around here.
Right, exactly.
So, now... Although I will probably have to delve back into that because, like I said, I pulled out colors that I'm going to do for portraits, but I'm going to be doing a picture of Poison Ivy. Well, I'm coloring someone else's artwork as Poison Ivy. I'm going to make it work.
Okay.
Anyway, so these are mine.
Okay, got it. Well, they look good.
Rainbow order, and then, like, flesh tones.
That's so much easier.
And then I just keep these with it. And those are the greens. See, those ones were just too similar. Too similar. One was a little more green, was a little more... Or no, sorry, those two. So it was like, very same in, what is it? I don't know, they're a medium tone, whatever, tonal quality.
Yeah.
But one was a little more green, one was a little more blue, so I just took one that was like a very green color that I just didn't have.
Got
Whatever. So, swatches, keep those nearby. Where do I want to keep these? Up here? Over here. Oh my god. Also, like, I brought out my spring cup. I know it's a little early, but whatever. Yummers. One of these days I'm going to end up putting full caffeine in that. I'm just going to be up all night. All right. Does anybody... That's the one. I was like, does anyone remember which one? And I was like, okay, that's Poison Ivy. We're just going to break that spine because we don't care. All right. You know what? Could probably plop these over here.
So where do you want that to be? And I'll put the camera up for you. Trisha says, hello, Kimball, rocking everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Trisha.
I'll probably, here-ish.
All right. See if I can get it by myself.
Oh, you've been practicing.
All right, I think you're in good shape.
Also, I was trying to take a thumbnail for this. I'm just like, YouTube, you're starting to piss me off. I mean, I love you, kisses. But like, it was all, take your thumbnail, and it's all 3, 2, 1, click, 3, 2, 1, click, 3, 2, 1. It just kept going and going and going. And I was like, oh my God. So, you know, the thumbnail, I have no idea what it is. It's probably just my little face or something. Whatever. Okay, so I've had people tell me that they like to see me pick colors. Weird, but we love them. So I'm going to pick some colors. I may, well, I mean, just pull the greens forward because we know we'll be using those. And then Poison Ivy, I don't know, her skin tone changes a lot. But I do want it to be like a rich peachy color. We'll do peach, then light peach, and coral, or maybe apricot. No, peach, light peach, coral. Oh God, I have to get used to where all these colors are now because it's, you know, I haven't used this set. I did this today, so, you know, we're hoping.
We all believe in you.
Thanks. Let's see. And then I'll pull out, I might do, can I help you?
Yeah, I can't move the camera, so we're just going to move that instead to wherever it needs to be. I'll work with it. You keep talking.
You're so over the top.
Yeah.
Why is she so much in the frame? She's not that important. Whatever. I was going to put my pencils there. Okay, and then I want this back.
That's too much, sorry.
It was...
Sorry, there's like a 15-second delay.
I'm so glad you put it right back where it was.
Sorry, my bad. There's a huge delay, so I can't tell where things are.
You're a huge delay. All right, and then I need like a nice...
We'll get there eventually.
Venetian red is lovely. There's a lot of warm and cool tones. Coral Deep would be a nice cheeky color, but I think I might go...
cheeky.
I think I might go Venetian red and just, you know, whatever's with it. Venetian red. I'm just kind of pulling them out because I don't want to pull them all the way out of their case just yet. I'd like to see that color selection.
Trisha says, no, it's not too early for spring. Daffy and crocuses are up in my garden.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen... We were in London the other day, and we were at Russell Park, and they had a whole bunch of just, like, purpley flowers coming up all over the place.
There's a bunch of purple flowers here in Aylesbury, too, actually.
Yeah.
We saw them in the grass.
Right around the corner. So do I want to do shading with mauve or mauve? How do you say it? Doesn't really matter. I just, you know, words, am I right? Lavender, I usually do shading with purples, but maybe I'll shade with green. Is that going to be like really weird? It's going to be weird. It's going to like she's going to have like glowing greenness happening. So I will do mauve. Erga Sipshiana.
Are they like ergonomic?
Ergo Sipshiana. Oh, and then her hair. Hello.
Trisha says purple crocuses, smiley face.
Beautimus. Yeah, they were all over the place, and they were really nice. This magenta is like the darkest magenta I've ever seen. I think it's a really pretty color. Normally, I don't really love magenta, but I'm digging that one.
How are these pencils to work with?
I have not actually done a colored piece
with this is yet. So exciting.
But if they're like the pastel ones, they should be just fine. So we're going to do Scarlet Lake and magenta for the hair, maybe taking it down to Chinese orange for the darks. Or I could do sepia. I'll do Chinese orange. And what else do we got? She's got the greens for all the little greeny things. I'm not going to make the roses red because her hair's red. I don't know. We'll work on those later. We'll figure that out later.
By the way, if you guys have this coloring book from Camilla Derico, feel free to color along if you haven't colored it already.
I like already said that, and they're all like, I will if I want to.
I know, but that was when there was one person watching, and now there's 7. So.
Oh, well, I'm always thinking about the replay. Hello, everyone. All right, so I've kind of chosen the colors, and I do like to start with the face first. What colors did I pick for the face? I got peach, light peach, and coral, and mauve. And, okay, I don't like the big, chunky, flat top end. That's better, thank you. Now we're working. I changed the blades in my pencil sharpener. A world of difference. Have not had one pencil break on me. Like the pencil lead. Oh, fantastic.
Have you ever changed it in that one?
Nope.
So how often are you supposed to change them?
I don't know, but this is like 6 years old, and colored pencils are probably one of my most used things. So you do the math.
I had no idea you were supposed to change the blade out in them.
Well, yeah, they dull just like, you know, any other blade.
Is it a special blade, or is it just like a standard?
I want to talk about how nice
my God.
thick and girthy that lead is. It looks pretty good. I'm sorry, what were you asking?
Oh, I'm just wondering, like, is it a standard blade? You can just buy them anywhere?
This I do not know. This is a Blackwing, and it came with replaceable blades. It had 2 little blades tucked in right here.
Oh, okay.
So I just swapped them out, and it was glorious. And I obviously didn't prepare because I'm sharpening pencils on
You should get a replacement blade for that specific one in case they discontinue it.
Don't scare me.
They're going to take them away from you forever.
I do. These pencils are really nice, like, so far. Like, they feel really nice, but also they're, like, a matte finish, so they're easy to spin in this thing. Because sometimes if you get, like, if the paint on the outside is glossy, it's kind of, like, annoying.
Especially when your hands get all sweaty and clammy
From
doing a live stream.
No, that doesn't happen with me. Okay,
Rose says, hello, everyone.
Hi. I'm a professional. I don't clam up before live.
Totally.
I just freak out a little, and there's no blood in my fingertips. All right.
And then YouTube's like, you know what else would be fun?
Let's just...
Nothing working.
Yeah. That's the real reason I get nervous with doing lives, is because...
He doesn't want to disappoint all of you.
No.
Okay.
Technical difficulties. All right, let's block in some shading with the Mauvey Mauve. Should I have the light coming from this way? Maybe I should come, like, side lighting. Since I always do, like, above lighting, we'll try some side lighting. And we'll see how this goes. Just think of the shape of the face, where all the bits kind of poke out. Rocky, you're really just, like, obsessed with that.
Well, it's very hard to tell because what I see on your phone camera is not the actual framing. And so I have to move it and then look at the camera on the computer and then wait for about 15 seconds for it to, like, freshen up or, like, catch up to me.
Just do a little freshen up.
A little freshen up.
Wow, your life sounds really difficult.
It's so hard. It's good enough.
All right, I don't know if you can see the mauve, but we're getting there. The neck will almost all be in shadow because it is hidden under her head and behind the hair. Don't want to press too hard just yet because...
Why?
It'll build up a waxiness and I won't be able to layer the colors as easily. And I'm going to go over this with skin tone, so, you know, it looks very purple right now.
But are you sure you've never used these pencils before?
100%.
Hundo P.
I mean, it's like that with most colored pencils. I guess I just did swatching. I don't even think I've done a blending test to see how they blend together. That's fine. We don't need to do that. We're just going to go with it.
Trisha says the Blackwing blades are the same as the KUM long point blades, which
the
are
Kuhn
readily
ones?
available.
Oh, that's good. It's funny because, like, isn't Kuhn, like, also a tire brand? I swear to God, we'd always pull up and then, like, we would, you know, be 12-year-olds to make jokes about it.
Maybe.
Doesn't matter.
Denise says, hello!
Hello, darling, and welcome.
It's like Michelin stars, you know, even though it's a tire company. But, you know, get people driving around to restaurants. Use those tires.
Yeah. Let's just...
If a tire company says it's good, I believe it.
So I chose Venetian red for her cheekies. So let's layer in... Listen, little...
Whoa.
Big old blunt lead thingy.
We only deal with the sharpest of sharp now.
Look
we have our Blackwing blade.
Look at that curl. Oh,
Unlike our hair.
nice.
Don't poke yourself.
My hair is super curly. What are you talking about?
Today I was like, my hair has been super damaged from using Head and Shoulders.
That's what it is.
And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to rinse my hair off today and not wash it. And it was like, I might as well have bathed in oil. My hair is like so oily. I have to take a shower again after this.
Yeah, well, I mean, when was the last time you washed your hair?
Well, I mean today, but I didn't really wash it. I just rinsed it.
I mean, how much grease built up?
Oh, maybe like 3 days?
You nasty.
I know, it's so much. Rose says, hey Trisha, off topic, but are you in Paint Your Heart and Soul? I remember you saying you painted in oils a couple of weeks ago, and I thought you might be from that class. Or it might be from that class.
Yeah, and like every piece you're doing, you're like totally improving. Hello.
Hello!
They're fabulous.
As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
I mean, unless you're like doing it for a living, then you kind of like need to stress about it a little bit. But
blah, blah, blah.
that's why I don't do this for a living.
Kimball and I were having a conversation today about doing art purely for the sake of expression or enjoyment or just to art without any kind of ulterior motive, no like wanting anything out of the end result, not wanting to like even post it to social media. That's all I got.
And I was all like, good luck. So I usually do like the fingertips pink toned. I do pink on the nose. Parts that can look cold or that, get red when they're cold. Little blush on the cheekies. I don't know, maybe I'll do her lips in this color for now. Kind of blocking a shape for the lips. Camilla always does very full, juicy lips.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to work with that. Always keeping in mind that my light source is coming from this direction. It's like from here to there. And yes. So now we're going to take the darkest skin tone, which is peach.
That's peach.
Peach. It's the darkest skin tone.
Darkest one.
And we're just going to basically start layering it up over the mauve. I'm hoping it won't blend in too much to her hair color. Shadow from the hair piece.
Layer it up, this is not a test.
Yeah. We got our treadmill successfully. So it's been lovely. It's sad how much I missed having a treadmill.
I know, now I can watch Star Trek The Next Generation again.
And walk a couple miles. And we also got rid of the bike that we got. That happened today.
You guys, Facebook Marketplace is such a hassle.
Oh my god.
I posted the bike. First of all, I marked it way down from what I bought it for. And then I posted on there. I get 3 people write me. They're all scams.
Yeah.
All 3 of them. Like, I know they are. They're like, oh, we're going to send a courier and they'll give you the cash and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no.
They're all, I'm in Leeds, but I'm going to have someone come down and pick it up. But if you could send money this way, that, or if, I'll send money and whatever.
They all had some weird, I was like, nope, cash only in hand from you.
It was very bizarre.
And then they never wrote me again. And then finally someone did end up coming, but they were like, can you take a picture of yourself riding it and send it to me or a video? I was like, what is happening?
I was like,
come
hilarious.
and ride it yourself. So then Kimball had to film me riding the damn bike, looking like a little fool.
Oh, you looked real good.
I'm sure he did. And then we sent that to them, and I doubt they even saw it, but whatever. And then they got here, and they didn't get out of the car at all, but made their boyfriend get out, and they didn't talk to me. Or even, they, kind of, averted eye contact with me. I was like, okay.
I mean, they're kind of like me.
But,
I'm not that bad, though.
Yeah, no.
And then we tried a new... Okay, so the place that our, go-to deliciousness weekend cafe... we go on Saturdays, but, we were busy yesterday, so we're like, we'll go today. But they're closed on Sundays. So we went to a different one. And...
It's, right next door to it. And it looks delicious. It's, and the place inside is adorable. It's, old world, England, cottage, 3-story.
Really good reviews.
Yeah. Wood beams everywhere, right? So we get our coffee and we get a little... I got a Victoria sponge.
And then I got, a salted caramel brownie.
You guys, where was the flavor? We don't know.
It was like sugar bombs.
We don't know. And then we felt... By the time we were done eating, we were like, we feel so gross.
Yeah, I felt really gross.
So we left and we'll never return.
It was a bummer. Everyone was super friendly. The place was lovely, just...
It was so sad. I was like, oh my god, this place has so much potential.
I mean...
Even the coffee, I was like, I don't even taste the oat milk.
There was no flavor in anything. It was very weird. It was just, sweet flavor. And
then the frosting on my Victoria sponge just was that frosting that comes out of the tubes at the grocery store. That's what...
Or
and it was, super hard. I was like, what is this?
Like the Duncan Hines.
Something.
Or whatever, but, less. What is, okay... I don't know, maybe I'm just super picky, but I haven't had, a delicious Victoria sponge since we've been here. And I've only had it maybe, 3 or 4 times. Because everyone is like, it is so delicious. Yummy. Eat it. I'm like, okay, cool. And so I always get, into it. And it's probably been, it was, last summer. This is the last one that I had. And it just hasn't been great. So, am I picky? Or do I need to go somewhere where they have, amazing Victoria sponges? And I haven't been there yet.
Oh.
So, yeah. Or do I just need to make my own? Because
I mean, that is probably better, because then we could put more jam in it, and we could put some lemon zest or
jam
zest or something in the batter. I don't know, something to give it flavor.
I mean, it tastes like a nice, I call them a yellow cake, but like a nice pound cake. But there's nothing amazing about it. Or I don't know. I feel like I'm smack
I feel like the
talking.
name is the most amazing thing about it.
So yeah.
It doesn't live up to its reputation.
Yeah.
Sorry!
It's like I gotta like the pastries and stuff are very hit and miss. Like some of them are it's like they're all kind of tasty, but like some of them are just straight up sugary, which just kind of makes me feel disgusting.
But we've been really lucky because we found there's actually 2 places not too far from us that have absolutely delicious coffee and pastries and food.
Yeah.
And they're all like very natural ingredients.
And I mean, you know, a cookie is always a nice go-to. I haven't really had like a bad cookie anywhere. So if I'm not feeling the vibe of the pastries or anything, I can just get myself a cookie.
Wow, you're so not fussy.
Well, I am. But you know, when I go out, I want like a special treat, and it's like I don't eat junk food every day, so when I
That's just
do,
every other day.
when I do, I want it to be delish. I need to put little shadows under her little leafy things. What else have we been up to? Working on the vlogs. That's always fun. Glad that some people are enjoying them.
Yes, for sure. We're working on Amsterdam right now.
I don't know if they'll ever be current.
They will eventually. It's just right now we're getting through all of our travels from December.
But how? Because like we already have stuff filmed for after that.
I think eventually we'll just catch up to it. Like right now I have 2 weeks worth of stuff edited. It's just I need to make sure I stay ahead of it because of work. So
Right.
yeah, I'd rather be 3 weeks ahead, but right now we're 2. And eventually I think with work it'll probably get down to like 1 week, and then it'll eventually get down to like I don't have a video for next week and I have to hurry and edit something.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Also, I think I'm gonna try and start doing you know. I stopped myself. I'm like, do I really want to commit? Oh my god, what is it called? A short on Wednesdays. You know, nothing amazing, but you know, just a little something, a little extra something.
Little something. Get by.
Did love Taylor Swift last week. Glad that she turned out because I was like scared.
Trisha says she makes a nice Victoria sponge, but she hasn't baked one for ages. Well,
You know what
get
this
your
means.
baking pans out, Trisha. We're coming over.
We are on our way.
Or we could just come and do it together. Rose says,
True.
that is the way I would go for sure, but I don't want to limit our... Oh, I think there's a whole conversation I missed. Sorry. Let's just back it up.
Back it up.
We're talking about art classes and oils. I won't get into it. There's a lot happening.
Okay.
Trisha says, I love the vlog this week. The Hague was wonderful.
Oh, thanks.
It was beautiful there. It was absolutely stunning, and the people were so lovely.
What would you say your favorite city was?
Ooh.
I'm gonna say probably Utrecht for me.
Yeah, I think Utrecht, which is coming up after Amsterdam, actually. So it's coming up not too far away. Amsterdam will actually be multiple videos because we filmed so much stuff in Amsterdam, and it was quite large. So there was many different neighborhoods we went to.
We were there the longest, so.
And I have to I was doing like 40-minute episodes at one point, and they are taking too long for me to be able to sustain once a week, so I'm going to probably knock them back down to around 25 minutes. So usually like a full day's worth of exploring are in those videos, instead of like 2 or 3. Like The Hague was a lot. I think that was one of the longest vlogs, actually.
I had a really good time doing the subtitles.
Kimball is the subtitle person now, which just cracks me up because in that episode he's like making fun of like
I used to tease him
because we always talk over each other.
I was like, now I'm just gonna do it intentionally, but I'm not. Anyway, I pulled out the hair colors because I'm gonna try these for her lips. Give them a little drama, darken them up a little, have them stand out. Keeping in mind that the light is coming from the side. They seem to be blending pretty nicely together. I mean, also, I'm not like using like the world's best paper for colored pencils, but it's going nicely.
Rose says, I haven't had a chance to watch the travel log last week or yesterday, but I will catch up right after this. If you watch the Hague one, let us know which one of the art pieces you would pick from the art store that we look at. I'm very curious to know.
The one that I pick?
Yeah. Kimmel picked his favorite, but I want to know what everyone else feels. What would you take home with you if you could?
I like this red. I feel like I should add it into her cheeks to push that color a little bit more.
It's fun because red's not really a color you use that often, is it?
It is not.
Is there a reason?
I don't like red.
Oh. What
It's
about
not-
the album Red?
Well, I don't know if I've actually listened to it.
Blasphemy!
It's not that I don't like red. It's just like an unsettling color. Like it's a lot of energy. And I don't love that in my artwork. Well, okay, I love energy in my artwork, but I don't know, red, whatever. Yes. You really got a lock on that. What are we doing with that there?
You don't need to know. It's none of your business.
It's just, it's in my way. I can't possibly. How? Oh,
Here, I'll get it.
I'm just kidding. It's fine.
That was
He's-
for Rose.
Oh. The things you do. I wonder if white will help any of this. Little blunt white coming in. Burnishing them colors. Ugh, I just love a good curl of a sharpened pencil. Little shavings, lovely.
What are the things... You remember... Not remember, but you know the things in life that you're just like, oh, I can't wait to do that. I'm so excited. Even if it's just daily things, like ritual things.
Wake up, have my coffee.
Yeah, is that like, do you get excited every like night when you're going to bed? Like, oh, I can't wait to get up and have my cup of coffee.
Yeah, I'm like, should I just stay up and like go have a cup of coffee or...
So for you guys watching, what is the thing that like gets you excited? Is it like pulling out art supplies to do stuff? Is it like a TV program that comes on you can't wait to watch? Like what are the things that get you excited? I'm very curious. I'm wondering what it is for me actually.
I mean, I do love shopping. Whether I buy something or not doesn't really matter. I do enjoy it. I don't know, I guess I don't really get excited unless we're like mug shopping. I do love a good mug.
I don't know why I thought you said mug shotting for a minute, and I was like, mug shotting? Like we're getting pictures by the police?
Maybe. Her hand is really light. Where is... Let's try
Dark it up,
this.
dark it up.
It's not really gonna dark it up too much, because I mean, I think Poison Ivy's quite pale. But it's just, it was a little too light.
And you're doing Poison Ivy, but not like the green version, right? You're just doing like...
I mean...
You're just pretending it's her and coloring her whatever colors you want. Got it.
She's all sorts, like sometimes she's green and sometimes she's not.
Mm.
But she's always been like really pale though, from what I remember.
What causes her to be green? Is it the chlorophyll?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
Plankton?
I haven't jammed on a DC comic in a very long time.
I keep hearing really bad things about the, is it Black Widow? What's it? No, the
Lady Web, whatever.
Lady Web or whatever. Like, to the point where people are just saying it's, like, hilarious how bad it is. Which is, like, interesting, I guess? I don't know.
I'm still gonna watch it when it comes out on streaming. Oh my god. Whatever is tickly talking over here needs to shush.
Something on the desk keeps making sounds. It's like...
Just like that.
But you know, with, like, a knick-knock sound.
Also, it's really funny when, like, we're doing the vlog stuff and I'm trying to do subtitles and we make noises and I'm like, how do I write that out?
Just put unintelligible in brackets.
Oh, that's a good idea. Just gonna darken up.
Oh, it's your cup.
Say it ain't so. No, it's
Oh.
like I think it's like right here. But speaking of my cup,
Take a break, Kimball. Let me get the hair off your cup. Okay.
I do love a delish coffee. Skin is done enough.
No.
We can work on it later if we want to. Oh my god, I have no idea where any of these colors... Okay, the colors are just staying out until I'm done. I'm not going to put you guys through that.
Katrina
nightmare.
says crystal shopping and art supply shopping.
Ooh, crystal shopping, that would be fun. Oh, that was like the Ananda? Is
Yeah,
that the
there was
store?
a place. If you really like crystal stores and you're ever in The Hague, there's a place called Ananda in the recent vlog we just put up, and they had gorgeous things in there. They had a geode that was the height of their entire store.
Yeah, it was
in
like,
2 huge parts that went up around the side, and then they had like
I think
every...
was it amethyst? Is that the purple?
something. And then they had like
Really
every
pretty.
crystal, every like rock, stone, mineral in there. It was huge.
They had like a lapis lazuli, which is one of my birthstones. It was
It
ginormous.
looked like a tombstone. That could have been your tombstone, Kimball. We should have got it.
Oh,
Investment for
well,
the future.
I don't know about that.
Right.
It
We're
was-
gonna burn you and then pull it for you into a little like diamond and then shoot you into space, right?
It was 2,000 euros, so
Well,
you can just
save that
burn
for the
me
diamond
and compress
rocket.
me into my own little jewel. Just coloring the whites of her eyes, making them a bit darker.
What color do we think your diamond's gonna be when it comes out? Black.
Probably blue. Everyone says they usually end up being the color of their eyes, which I think that's just like coincidence or like not really true, but it should be blue. I mean, sparkling orange would be ideal, but I don't know about an orange diamond. Is that a thing?
Maybe.
All right.
Katrina says coloring book shopping.
Fun.
Oh, there's lots of things. Trisha says, for me, it's paintbrushes that geode was amazing. Amethyst.
Yes, okay. I'm just kind of putting some colors aside so they're not in my way. So I'm going to start on her hair. And I'm going to probably bring in orange and yellows just for some highlights. Scarlet red, I probably don't want Venetian, it's very pink. I'm going to use scarlet, magenta. Let's bring in cad orange. And I think Chinese orange is one that I picked for it. I'm trying to just like lay them out as darkest to lightest. And then, I don't know if I'm going to go bright yellow, so I will do cad yellow.
Trisha says yellow diamonds exist. As long as it's not the color of urine, I'm fine.
Well, in the right lighting. Are those the colors that I want? I think so.
Cuddly Koala says the knock on the door from the delivery guy gets them excited.
I mean, me too, technically.
Kind of. So every time like the mailman comes in the slot and the door starts moving, we're like, are they coming to murder us?
I'm like, wait, who is it? I'm so not used to having a mail slot, too, so...
Yeah. But it also is very loud and sounds like a monster trying to get in. But whatever.
Yeah, well, and it's hard, because we have one on the outside and one on the inside, so it's like a little double flap thing that they have to, like, work the mail through, so it's like... It makes a really loud, spooky noise.
I just want to go up next time they're putting it in and be like, get it
Own
in
it.
all the way, push it through.
My mom says that when I was little, I saw Pretty Woman, and I would always be like, work it, own it, work it, work it. Or I don't know what she says when she's like working her way
Oh
up
my
to
god, how funny.
Richard Gere. I'm going to color all of the hair yellow, so there's like a yellow hue to it. And also it just helps me see the hair, the shape, and all of the little... It separates all of the flowers and leaves. Look, when it bubbles up, I always end up pushing a little bit harder there. Now it's got like these hard lines right there, which I don't love.
I can't see them.
Sure, Jan.
Everything's like soft focus blur on here.
But also, I do like that her drawings are sketches. Because that gives me, like, it makes it easier on me. Like, I don't feel like I have to make it look super professional
Right,
and
you're-
sleek.
Painting or your coloring can be sketchy too.
Right. Match the vibes. Oh, she's going to be blonde for a bit.
Match the vibes, match the vibes.
My coloring book will have... It is also a pencil look. I was going to do, like, really clean ink lines, and I'm like, no, I don't know. There's just...
How many pieces are you going to do for it? Have you decided?
I think 25.
25 glorious coloring pages.
Yeah.
How many do you have done right now so far?
I don't have any... I think I have, like, 3 pages completely done, and I have, like, 12 pages, maybe 13, where the main character of the
Is
page...
drawn.
Yeah, is done. And I need to, like, go back and add backgrounds.
How are you feeling about it? Are you excited? Is the energy still there for doing it? Has it dwindled out? How are you feeling?
I'm excited. The energy is a little dwindly because I don't know. I get torn up with I get torn between like wanting to do really detailed backgrounds or just keep it really simple, maybe do a pattern or even just like nothing as a background and let people, paint in their own like water background or something. So I get to that point where I'm like, do I draw a background? Do I make it super detailed? Is that trying too hard? I don't know.
I think you should just not make a decision and give up.
Oh, thank God. That is the easiest thing to do.
I'm just kidding. Flip a coin.
Well, some of them I'm keeping pretty simple, especially with like the larger portrait-looking ones.
Well, it sounds like you've already made a decision.
But there's a lot where it's a smaller character, and I'm like, do I add a whole bunch or Because, like, you know, she does pattern. Like, this is, like, just a face, basically, with hair, and then kind of a pattern with roses or stars, which is nice. But I'm like, I can only have so many where there's bubbles in the background. Because I'm doing, you know, mermaids and fairies, so I could do, you know, seashells and flowers, trees, all that kind of stuff, too. I don't know. It just depends on what people want. I don't, because sometimes I really want, like, my hand to be held. Like, this is a full scene. And sometimes I want to, like, have more freedom.
Right.
And just create my own background. Why are you looking so concerned?
Because this flower and this one are the same.
Right. It's a pattern. It's just repeat. Like, these are probably just all the same. They're just
this
turned.
one and that one down there. Anyway, yeah. So, interesting.
Yeah, so, I mean, I could do similar things, but I just don't know. And there's so, like, I was looking at other coloring books for references, like, not, like, just for ideas of, like, the amount of detail that I should do, which was kind of a mistake, but...
Why?
Because it's, I mean, I talked about it last week, about how a lot of it's AI, but also it's so detailed on some of them, and some of them it's not at all, but, like, it still looks amazing. And then, you know, it just makes you doubt yourself. I'm like, well, maybe it'll look good. I don't know.
I think you should just do it for you, first of all, and then...
I'm doing it for the money.
Okay.
I'm expecting tens of 20s of dollars a year.
Rose says, what platform will you be selling your coloring book on?
I mean, the best I could do is probably just Amazon, like the print-on-demand thing. What is it, KDP or something? I don't know. I haven't really looked into it that far because that really turned me off from doing it the first time around. So now I'm like, I'm just going to do all the artwork. That way
you'll be motivated to actually finish it once they're all done.
Right, and that way I'll have a book, and I'll just be like, I need to figure out how to just do it. And the pages are, well, the images are 8 by 10, and I don't know how big the coloring books are here. What are they? I don't know, like the A4 or 5 sizes, but it'll be one of those. I'll have to figure all that out when the time comes. So I'm taking my darkest color. I believe this is the darkest. It's the Chinese orange. And I'm going to block in the shadows. Now, keep in mind the lighting's coming from this way, so this side will be light, and this side will be dark. And then I lay this darkest one down first, because then I can just build up all the other colors on top of it.
To meet it?
And darken it as we go. Because I'll put a lighter color on top, but it'll darken this, and it'll be a mid-tone here, and then it'll be light over here.
Oh my god, I'll have to see it to believe it.
So this will be dark, because it's under the wave. I mean, I guess you can kind of make this part up as you want, or however you want, because it's how she drew it, and you can interpret a million different ways. So,
or at least 7.
Yeah, probably more accurate. I do notice that I mumble a lot. Apologies, but oh my god, trying to subtitle myself, I'm just like, what? What am I saying?
I think I understand what you're saying more than you do, because I'll go back through the subtitles to, like, double check them. I'm like, what did you think you said?
Yeah, because you listen to me, and I don't have to listen to me. So I don't care what I say, like, or like, you know, how it sounds, like, you'll figure it out. But now that I have to figure it out, I'm like, oh, I need to speak much clearer.
I don't know how or why we got into talking so fast, but we definitely talk really fast and mumble together. Like, when Kimball and I are alone, it's like a whole other language.
And we could also just kind of like, be all blah, 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 you know, we know what we're saying. And then we
usually don't say anything. I know what you're going to say.
Right. So, yeah.
Oh my god, what were we saying earlier? And then we suddenly said the exact same thing in the same key, and I was like, what's happening?
I don't know. There's been times where we start singing songs in the exact same key.
You remember that today? That was before the lady picked up her bike. Oh my god, it was so random. Anyway, moving on. No one cares about us being adorable.
Oh my god. Since this is all on this side of her head, it's going to be like the darkest area, so I am pressing quite a bit harder, trying to get full coverage. And then I'll bring in some other colors just to, you know, add to it. And I know it's not very red looking right now, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
You know what I'm going to have after this? A waffle.
Well, you're in luck. There's one in the fridge.
I've been trying to eat, I don't know, less flour,
Better.
even though I had a, Victoria sponge today. But basically taking oatmeal or oats and just blending them up into a powder and then using it as flour.
He thinks it's good.
I think it's really good, especially when you add, vanilla beans into it and flavor it all up.
I don't know. I'm a traditionalist, I guess, when it comes to a waffle. It was fine, but like... Also, I guess I didn't have it with syrup. I had it with this really delicious, fancy macadamia nut spread thing that came from some store in Paris, and I'm like, yes, I need more of that.
Elizabeth says, I would totally purchase a coloring book if you create one. I'm wary of Amazon printing, though. I guess it depends.
Yeah, like, I don't know how else to do it, because, I mean, it's not like I have a publisher. So if anybody out there has, like, any tips
Because Kimball would love to do it on paper that's similar
like,
to this.
Yeah, like, this is a good thickness. And mine's only going to be, it's going to be one-sided, because I want you to be able to use markers and stuff, because, you know, I don't want you to have to, like, ruin a picture. That's no fun. But I just don't know. Yeah, if I do it through Amazon, I'm going to have to order a book myself. And if it's crap, I'll be like, I'm going to pull it. Because I don't like it. But I have other coloring books that I think are from Amazon. And they're okay. It is not my favorite. It kind of reminds me of like the cheap kid coloring books I had when I was a child.
Well, that's what you want everyone to have.
I mean, but at the same time, you could like photocopy it and then put it on better paper.
That's what everyone wants to do too.
I don't know. Yeah, see, because I used to have Etsy and I used to sell coloring pages. So, I mean, that's what people had to do at that kind of thing. But, and that kind of like put me off because, for one, people were straight up just like buying a Disney coloring book and they would just like color it all and then like make their own version. Like they would just piece it together and sell it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, that is so illegal. Also, with like, I would never do that with Disney. Like,
of all the people to like go after, stay away from them.
Yeah, like, they are a powerhouse and a half.
They're like the mob.
And I love me some Disney. I'm not criticizing. I just...
We love you, Disney. Don't come after it.
Well, no, I do love Disney. But, yeah. Would not try and rip off their work. I just don't like ripping off people's work anyway. And that's also another thing is, when I was doing that, I was like, you know, you can print it as many times as you want. People could print like 50 pieces and have like a coloring class and do whatever they want. So it's, you know...
You can do that within a coloring book, too.
You know what? Shut your face.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but, you know, you could spend just a couple bucks for one page and do whatever you want with it, as opposed to... I don't know how much my coloring book would be, but... You know, things I have to look into in the future. Alright, so she has like this double highlight thing happening, so we're not going to go too dark on the top of her head with this color. I want this to be much more reds, oranges, yellows, but I do want to create a little bit of depth using this color.
Trisha says, Disney are very overprotective of their brand.
They are, but with good reason. I mean, they're so popular, like, everybody wants to rip them off. I mean, I drew a picture of Wonder Woman a long time ago. This is before, like, I didn't know any better. Like, I thought as long as I drew the picture, it was fine. But I didn't realize, like, characters are also copyrighted, so, like...
And you weren't selling it, were you?
Yeah, I was. I put it on Society 6. And then DC Comics wrote me, and they're like, you need to take that down, or we're going to have to take action. And I was like, oh my god, I just peed a little. And then it went... I was like, yes. They explained that, like, that's when I learned about, you know, copyrighted characters. And so I went and I took that down, and I took down all of My Little Pony inspired. It was like My Little Pony inspired portraits of women.
Do you have all those somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we should look at them.
But yeah, I was still just freaked out.
That was when you were doing like comic events, right? You were like selling stuff at the events.
The comic conventions, which they're a lot more lenient about, because that's like you're just selling a couple pieces. It's not online where like 1,000 bajillion people could buy it.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, limited to whoever shows up at the convention. I do remember once there was like this little boy. He was probably 12, I want to say. And I drew the My Little Ponies as X-Men characters. Well, I drew the X-Men as My Little Ponies. And I had like a girl version and a boy version. And he really wanted both, but he only had money for one. And I was like, I felt bad, so I gave him one for free. He was the happiest person I have ever seen. He was like, he and his friend were like, oh my god, and they were like high-fiving and dancing around. I was like, but you can't tell anybody. Like, okay, we'll totally be quiet. And they were like all like super serious about it. It was really cute. And I was like, you guys are adorable. And then I was like, I want to go home because I'm so tired of being social. I tell you, doing 8 hours of a comic convention, I don't know how people do that all the time. Like, I did a few of them, and it is fun. Like, it is really, like, it's a lot of fun getting out there and, like, meeting people and just whatever. But, man, it is exhausting for an introvert.
Well, it's funny. Like, that's the interesting thing to me is I feel like a lot of the people that go to those events are introverts, but they're so extroverted at those events.
Right. And, I mean, you kind of have to be. I mean, I didn't really have to because I'm not, like, a big name or anything, but, like, I tell you.
No, I mean, even people just going to visit artists there.
Oh, yeah.
Trisha says Steamboat Willie, the original Mickey Mouse, is out of copyright now, so you can draw him all you like.
Yeah, that's not fun.
And it says,
yeah.
hello.
Hello.
Hello. Maybe she's doing the Adele. Hello.
Hello. Or like the other guy, is it me you're looking for?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Laying in this color is
that Lionel
taking
Richie?
forever.
Who is that?
I think so. Good old Lionel.
Lionel.
What time is that? I feel like I've been coloring for ages.
You have been doing it for 45 and a half minutes.
Girl, your hair takes forever. This is why I usually do like watercolored hair. Something over. Oh God, it is so annoying. Oh, just. I don't know. Something is clicky clacking. Driving me
Seems
nuts.
better.
All right, we're just gonna start blocking in some dark shapes because this is taking too long.
What's your dream?
Well, the other night I had a dream that the Grim Reaper was hanging out with me, and that wasn't fun. I can't remember why, though. I remember, like, some guy did something, and he was, like, telling me not to kill him, and I'm like, I'm not gonna kill him. Like, that's just creepy. But, like, he was standing there, and then, like, later on, I was the one that was, like, getting stabbed or something from behind, and the Grim Reaper showed up behind me, and I was like, oh, God. Time to wake up. I don't need no Grim Reaper in my dreams.
And it was weird because I had just had a weird dream and I woke up dead out of my sleep. And basically, I was laying there for about 30 seconds before Kimball rose his hand up and he had just woken up from his dream. And then we basically shared dream stories at like 2 a.m. in the morning, which I don't remember the last time we've done that.
Yeah, apparently I rose my hand because I was like telling the Grim Reaper to step back.
And I basically just grabbed Kimball's hand. I was like, hi.
I was like, oh, hello. You're not the Grim Reaper. You're my husband.
One better.
You're not the death that's come for me. That's nice.
That sticker's about to come off your little drawing.
I know.
What's going to happen?
I need to use some masking tape or something. All right, so this wave is catching the light.
Jericho joined your live.
Well, I'd be a little scared. It's kind of like when I do a lot of Jane stuff and then she just pops in and I'm like, oh my God. Like, what do I do?
How do I art?
I was like, oh God, make it the best thing I've ever done in my whole life. Okay, let's just get this wall of shading in. Because then I need to add like the actual red colors. This is just kind of like a dark shadowy color. I guess I really don't need to do any of the streaks and stuff that I've been doing. Like these little streaky things. I could just, you know, color it like this for now.
Do you have a favorite part of when you're actually coloring these? Like, is it choosing what colors you're going to do, or like doing the finishing touches?
It's the end.
The end, when it's done.
Yeah. Because then I get to look at it and I'm like, yay, it's cute. Or like, I'll like, you know, look over and be like, oh, I need to fix this or that or whatever. But it just really depends on the piece. Are you really like picking your butt? What are you doing?
No, I just have like something like, I don't know if it's what it is on my back.
Oh.
Just trying to figure out what it is.
Imperfection.
Maybe it's just a mole I didn't know I had.
Let's hope it's still there.
Well, not anymore.
Ew, gross. The things we say now.
I had way too much sun exposure as a child.
Not me.
I'm sure my skin's just going to be so interesting as I get older.
I was like, cover up constantly, not a sunshine person.
Oh my gosh, we used to have this place called Wild Waters, which was a giant water park. And I remember that's where I lived during the summers. We would go there for 8 hours a day at least. I'm sure it was like my parents' best investment ever. It gets like $60 tickets for the annual pass. Get rid of the kids. And basically, I remember taking my mom would always help like make sandwiches for us and stuff like that. And I remember her making egg salad sandwiches, which were my favorite. And still to this day, I feel like they were the best egg salad sandwiches I ever had.
Really good story.
That's all I got.
Is it because they sat in the sun and got all...
And I remember in order to make them, my mom would like boil the eggs. She would take the peels off. I'd help her like deshell them, and then she'd put them in like a meat grinder with a huge metal arm that spun around, and she'd let me spin it, and the eggs would come out the other side.
Well, that's just lazy.
All minced up.
Nice and uniform.
Elizabeth says, "Good Lord, coloring hair takes me ages because I do individual hair strands. Why do I torture myself that way? LOL."
I don't know. This is torture for me. It's like, it's fine if I want to zone out and like color for a while, but that is not the mood I'm in right now.
We were also talking about how like anytime Kimmel does anything that's like for YouTube or for social, it's like going to be a very different result in the end than what if he was just doing it for...
Oh yeah, because like I take my time, and you know, there's always like that time pressure when you're doing a live. Some people don't care. Some people color for like 5 hours, and I'm all, not me. No. I'm like, I try to get done hour and a half tops. I don't want to keep people on forever. But also,
I mean,
like,
technically you kind of do because it, helps your watch time if that's what you're looking at.
Yeah. I mostly want people to be able to color along if they want to. And hopefully, like, I do the lives long enough to where if they have any questions, I can answer them. But,
Oh, well, that's it. Do you guys have questions? Kimball will answer any of your questions, no matter how personal. Go.
If you really want to know the nitty-gritty, feel free to ask. It doesn't have to be about coloring,
It could be about, like, nose hair.
I don't like it, but we need it.
We're waiting. I'm just kidding. Kind of. Not really. Somewhat.
We went to the art thing yesterday.
Oh, yeah. So there's this elementary school in one of these small villages nearby. And the kids are on, like, some kind of, like, holiday right now for a few weeks.
Holiday.
And so they do an annual art show where they convert all the classrooms into actual art spaces.
It was like adults, not the kids, doing an art show.
Yes, so it's all adults, and basically they have like a catalog that's curated with all different pictures of all the different art you can come and buy, and...
It was very nice.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Some of it I really wanted, and it was just a little bit out of my price range.
I kind of wish we would have vlogged it, because like the coolest thing was the kids had also done a bunch of artwork, which they hung up in the front like administration area, which were so adorable. And then just there was a bunch of like signs that you would see in elementary school of like how to be like things you can do to be courteous, and it was like a list of 15 things you can do. When one of them was like do someone else's work for them or help them, I was like, no,
help them with their work.
Not advocate that.
I don't think it's talking about schoolwork. I think it's like help somebody with yard work. Like I helped you with yard work when we were kids.
Whatever.
Because it was awful. It was like the hottest day, and he wasn't allowed to go out until the yard work was done. And I was like, you know what? It's only 104. I'll help you.
Oh my God, that was miserable. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. But we got it done. I remember your mom was like, why are you helping? I'm all, because I want to go.
She asked you why you were helping?
Yeah, she was like, most kids wouldn't. I was like, well, you don't know this yet, but we're in love, and I want to go spend time with him.
Oh my God, my mom loves you. Loves you.
We love her. All right, we're going to start rough coloring because this is taking too long. I mean, even I'm getting bored.
We're waiting for those juicy questions in the comment section. What gets you the most angry, Kimball?
Disrespectful people.
Give me an example. People putting their recycling and trash in your recycling and trash bins.
Yes, knowing full well that they're not supposed to. But that doesn't make me super angry. That's more annoying. But, you know, I don't have, like, an example of, like, a really disrespectful...
What would cause you to punch someone?
Somebody attacking you.
Okay. I think that's the only reason I would ever punch someone.
Yeah, I'm not, like, one for violence, so... Don't come at me.
Are you sure?
Don't come at me. I don't understand how some people can just be like, I'm going to go start a fight and punch people. I'm like, what? What happened that is okay in your brain?
Something.
Like, my gosh. That is, like, never okay with me. I don't even like yelling.
You like mumbling?
Well, yeah.
So Kimball and I only ever listened to 17, pretty much. Like, not even joking. That's really all we listened to for like 5 years. And then the other day we went into London and Kimball's like, I'm just going to put on like my old workout playlist. And we were listening to all these songs and I had totally forgotten that other music existed altogether.
Well, and it's funny because it's like, they're all people that are still around and current, but like these songs are not. They're from like the early 2000s. But I was like, oh my God, I still know all the words.
But then literally after 5 minutes, I was like, I miss 17.
I know. I was like, no.
We have a problem. And it's a good problem.
It is weird though. Like, why are we so obsessed with them?
I don't know. I just feel
Like,
very fortunate that we both like them so much.
Right. I mean, their music is fantastic. Like, but they're just fun as people, I guess.
Like, I think if you can find things with your partner that, like, you're both really passionate about, like, don't let it go.
Yeah, that too. Which it really just goes into all the things we like to do. Because we love going on drives together. We love, like, we'll go on, we'll get a coffee. It used to be soda, but now we'll get a coffee. And we'll go on a drive and just blare tunes and chat. When there's time.
Exploring new cities, going on hikes, all that stuff.
I know it's been raining too much here to do hikes, but we should definitely go check out some new cities.
I mean, there's so many I want to actually vlog about that we've already been to as well.
I want to go back to Burton on the Water.
Mm.
I liked that place a lot. Not just because there was a bunch of hot guys playing football in the water, which was very exciting, and then they kicked the ball at me, and it hit me in the chest, and I laughed. Because what was I going to do?
And then someone ran into the goal, and it all fell down, and like, the game's over.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I actually have footage of that, so if we do a vlog about that, I can actually show that.
Like, that's the kind of sports I like, where it's just fun, and, like, they have a good time. I don't like it when it gets
right,
serious.
And there's someone dressed in drag.
Yeah, that too. Like, I just don't like it when people just take it so seriously. And I know it's because they're probably betting on it, or... I don't know. I don't know what makes somebody, like, so crazy that they need to have their team win.
By the way, so I think it's one of the big gambling establishments here where you can go in and, like, place bets and stuff like that. It's called Ladbrokes. Tell me if I'm wrong here. But, like...
Not the best name for a place.
Isn't that kind of a weird name? Like, to me... the first time I saw that, I thought, who the hell would go in... Like, who would want to, like, actively, like, say, oh, Ladbrokes. Like, broke.
Yeah, broke.
Out of money. And think it's... I don't know. I just wouldn't be motivated.
Because now's your chance, Rocky. Now will be the time you're going to win big. And...
It'd be like if I went to a pastry shop and it was called Heart Attacks.
Well...
Like, what? Like, I just probably wouldn't go there.
I mean, I'd be tempted. I'd be like, what are they talking
Miss Leineck says, hi, everyone.
Hi, welcome to the rambling...
We're just
ranting.
trying to, like, talk about as many things as we possible to, you know, like, possibly offend anyone. But, you know, welcome to the club.
I don't... If people can't be offended by this.
I hope not. If you are, we're sorry.
Well, you just can't. You're not allowed.
Don't have your feelings.
I think I'm not really offended by things because growing up, I got a lot of names thrown at me. And, you know, after a while, I'm like, that's dumb. Like, serious. I don't know. Like, they just don't affect me anymore. Which I'm grateful for now, but at the time, I was like, Jesus, what is wrong with you?
Like, I had so many weird nicknames. Like, I remember one guy used to call me Cocky Screwer instead of Rocky Brewer.
Inappropriate.
Well, I mean, it wasn't my name that I came up with.
So my name is Kimball Gray Davis, and my brother loves to say my name like Kimball Gray Davis. He would say it all the time, whatever, in school.
Who is this, Jeff?
Chris.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He liked Kimball Gray Davis. And so then, like, this other guy, Danny, who I kind of had a crush on, he was a little alternative bad boy. But he's all like, Kimball Gay Davis, because he thought that was my real name. But I didn't know that, and so I thought he was making fun of me, and I was all, I don't know, I just got all pissed off at him. And I was like, that's not my name! And I, like, yelled at him and walked away. And then I felt bad because I had a crush on him, but at the same time, we weren't really friends, so it didn't matter.
You kind of were, like, into alternative people.
I mean, I was kind of alternative when I was younger.
Ripped jeans and piercings.
I mean, crazy. I liked the grunge look a lot. And then it was weird because I would dress preppy one day and then I'd dress grungy the other day.
Are you talking about, like, you have a sweater tied around your, like, neck and have a tennis racket in
Well,
your
okay,
hand?
not that.
Oh, okay. You weren't, like, Zach from Saved by the Bell?
No. But I feel like I dressed grungy whenever I had to do, like, reports in front of the class because it was easier to not care, I guess. Whereas if I dressed preppy, it was the pressure of, it's the same with my art. Like, if I make it all messy and whatever, like, it's easier to create. But if it's, like, clean and whatever, I stress and try to make it perfect.
Miss Linux 2010 says, growing up, I had a brown winter outfit and started getting the nicknames Beaver. Well, fast forward several years, and now I cringe when we meet up because Beaver is something else.
I know, right? I mean, I always felt bad for the kid on Leave It to Beaver. Like,
Wally?
yeah, that's the one.
Or the Beeve?
Oh my god, I had such a crush on Wally.
Can you imagine if your nickname was the Beeve? I can't ball.
Beaver Cleaver. Like, come on. That was his name,
Miss
right?
Lennox is rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his last name was Cleaver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just Beaver Cleaver, like.
Ew, gross. Sounds like a gyno.
God, gross. Just call
the
him
first time I saw rolling on the floor laughing, ROFL, I literally had no idea what it was and thought it was some new way of being like, Raffle.
You're Raffle.
I don't know what, yeah, something.
Oh my god.
Apparently there's this new thing kids are doing now where you put your tongue on the roof of your mouth to, like, pull your jawline in when you're taking pictures for Instagram and stuff. And so now when the teacher is calling on people, it's like, and you can't talk while you're doing it. So they're all pretending to be doing it when the teacher asks them questions, and they just, like, point at their chin like they're doing this thing. And they're like,
I'm so glad I didn't become a teacher.
Dude, I feel like I would be the biggest brat or bitch if I was a teacher right now, because I would just not be okay with so much of the stuff.
I would have just quit. I'm like, the things I see them get away. Not all kids, obviously. Like, there are kids that were like...
No, I'm sure there's precious little children out there.
Precious little, Kimballs. But yeah, some of the stuff I see, I'm like, no. And it sucks because a teacher cannot defend themselves if a kid's, like, attacking them. I'm like, ugh! Makes me so angry. That's one of those things that falls in line with the whole disrespect.
You get Kimball upset, guys.
Look, I'm all upset. I can't do this anymore. We're adding some nice warm orange into the hair. Yes, we're calming. We're warming it up. We're getting out of this whatever we were in where I was upset. I need to calm right down, lady.
There's a movie called, I don't know, I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard about it or seen it, but it's, what is it called?
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill. It's based off a video game. And there's a line from the movie where the female cop character is talking to the main character, and she's like, you better calm right down, lady. And I'm like, who wrote that line?
I don't know, but it's brilliant because we say it all the time.
Oh my god, it just makes me giggle so much. And it's like such a serious part of the movie. You better calm right down, lady.
Yeah, that movie has some really messed up stuff in it.
Yeah.
I would say, like, one of the movies, like, I don't know, I don't really like horror movies, but scary movies, like the movie Event Horizon, that kind of freaks me out, because it's like...
Psychological?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Event Horizon?
It's like...
Raise your hand.
It's like you can't really escape.
Has Sam Neill in it.
Unless you're just lucky, you know?
That's a creepy movie. I don't even remember the last time I watched that.
Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of horror. I'm not a fan of scary. I'm just...
You know what I'm excited about? Avatar coming out on Netflix in a couple days.
Cannot wait.
Does anyone else, have you guys watched The Last Airbender? Like when it was on Nickelodeon?
Like the animated version. Even the one, Katara.
Oh my gosh. Like that whole series is so good. Now, let's not talk about the movie that came out a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean, It was a fun one, but it was no Avatar. Like,
I'm going to pretend it was something else altogether.
yeah, thanks, Shyamalan. Shyamalan.
Eric Garcia says, looking great, Kimball.
Oh, Eric, how you been?
Love you and Rocky from across the big pond.
Oh, miss you. Love you too.
Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia.
We miss ya. We miss ya.
What are you doing?
Living his best life in Portland.
How's Portland, Oregon? Is it still, upright? We were actually just looking at Street View of Portland last night, I think, actually.
Yeah, we were checking out our old haunts.
Reminiscing, thinking about the past, as everyone should. Don't live in the now, live in the past, people.
Learn from the past to make the now a better place.
Eric is our friend from Portland. How do we meet Eric?
I hope people picked up on that. Online, I think it was a MySpace kind of
thing.
Oh
my god!
And then it was really
show our age, Kimball.
Well, it was really funny too because we were at the bank. I didn't know he worked there.
He says it's rainy.
Well, that's Portland. But yeah, we went to the bank and was like, oh my god, you're Eric.
And we were like, well, he's adorable.
And then we went out to lunch and he had to ask this special question to like make sure we weren't kidnapping him. And I thought that, like, he had his...
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that.
His coworker was like, do you need me to get you a bag of oranges?
Like, how... That's so, like, inconspicuous.
And he, like, started laughing. He's like, no, it's fine. And I was like, what the hell was that? It's like, what just happened? Hopefully they've changed that question, because I just gave it away.
Oh, now everyone's going to know.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
I know. Well, that's the end. Ugh, this is taking so long. I've really gotten lazy. Although I did all that under, like, the work underneath with all the straight, or the, I don't know, the stringy hair.
Sketchiness.
Like the...
Her hair was looking sketch, Kimball.
Yeah, well.
By the way, we went to Pop Mart.
Oh my god, love it, obsessed.
And Kimball has been collecting this one specific series that has 12 different characters. I think it's 12. Right, or is it 9?
I think 12. It's 12.
And he now has his fourth one. And the big thing was, is he going to get a repeat at this point? Because now it's getting a bit dicey.
Right. I have a third of them.
So now he has gotten a new one each time. Thank God, because they're like, not cheap.
Yeah. I should have just bought the whole thing.
So hang around and we'll show you that at the end if we remember.
Because you can just buy the whole collection at once and make sure you can...
It's too late for that now.
You're guaranteed to have all of them, but I wasn't planning on collecting them. I was like, I just want one. They're so cute. And then every time we go to London, I'm like, I should just pop in real quick and just get another one. But they have so many different versions, like little different sets that you can get. Ugh, so cute. Obsessed. If you didn't know, I like cute things.
I think they can tell by looking at the background of your videos whenever I move the camera left or right.
Left and right. I also like pretty things. Pretty things. Oh, why do I like pretty things? Little Rufus for ya.
That's like one of my favorite albums of all time. Want One by Rufus Wainwright.
Such a good one. We're just blending that out.
Also, Tension and the Spark by Darren Hayes is a very good album.
Yeah.
Anything by Scissor Sisters I'm down with.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say anything.
I really miss them. I wish that they hadn't disbanded. They were such an amazing group.
I know. I'm kind of bummed because 17's going to have to start splitting up because of the military service thing.
Yeah.
So that'll be annoying. Because there's 13 of them, and you have to, spend 18 months in military there?
I think so.
Mandatory service. And I think that starts this year. I thought it started last year, but then they did, like, they got rid of the Korean age thing, so now...
They gained a year, basically.
I think they dropped a year.
Oh,
yeah, like, they're a year younger.
Okay.
We're getting there.
I'll be right back.
Oh, Rocky's causing problems. Wait, make sure you're not, like, tippity-tapping. Okay. You got this.
Thanks, I'll be right back. Bye.
Rocky's, like, gonna go and attend to something. We're not sure, and we don't want to talk about it, and I can't see any comments. So now's your time to start gossiping about me. I am really grateful that I haven't had any negative comments. Fingers crossed. Knock on fake wood. Here, this is wood. That it, stays that way. But I do get a little worried that the wrong person might come upon our vlog. Also, I don't really care, because you can just block them.
It's me!
Oh my god, how was it?
It was so good. Thank you for asking. What I missed? Nothing.
Well, I'm adding the yellowy glow to her hair. Her hair became much, much orangier than I thought it was going to be.
Orangey glad you did her hair orange.
Glad. But I could, after this, go back in with the darker color and add some more striations. Because I just got really lazy with coloring.
Oh my gosh, Kimball. During my workout today, I watched the episode of Star Trek where Jean-Luc Picard got attached to a probe that sent memories into his mind and transported him to this other planet, and he lived an entire lifetime, had family, had kids, learned how to play the flute.
You know how depressing that would be to
and
wake
it all
up from
happened
that?
in 25 minutes.
I would be so depressed if I was like in a coma thingy and I lived this lifetime with you and then I woke up and you weren't there.
Yeah, especially if you already had a whole lifetime before that of like people you wanted to be around and like a whole life you had built, and then suddenly it was ripped away and you're like, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Anyway. Iconic.
Happy times.
And then I took a shower because I was sweating.
I don't work out that hard on the treadmill.
And his son was like, Father, I want to be an artist, or I want to be a musician.
Oh, his like fake son?
Yeah, well, it was his real son, Kimball.
Well, whatever. His imaginary son, I guess, because...
It was his probe son. Sounds weird.
That sounds inappropriate, really.
Probe son.
Just...
It's almost pretty with the leaves being white on her.
Yeah, let's leave them.
Isn't it?
If we just leave them that color, we can say that they're already done. And then I don't have to do it. I might bring in lemon yellow just to brighten up the edges.
A
little lemon yellow. I didn't think I was going to go that bright, but I think I'm going to now.
Do you need a sip of your coffee?
I don't know. And we're going to go outside of the lines just a little bit. It's like a little glow. Just on this side,
magic.
though. Her hair is just so shiny.
So I was watching this thing that was talking about how the human heart has enough electrical conductivity, and it basically forms a magnetic field outside the human body for about 3.5 feet. And how there very well could be a correlation between being close to someone else and like feeling a shift in their energies. And I was like, that's very interesting.
Or like feeling the vibe of a room.
Yeah.
Just needed some brighter spots in these highlights.
How's everyone doing? You guys, we're
Are you hanging in there?
73 minutes in. How you doing?
Oh God.
Does anyone need a bio break?
A bio
Snack.
break?
That's what they always say, bio breaks, like corporate jargon.
I'm not in that world, so...
Are you sure you don't want to be Kimball? Come on, it's never too late.
It is too late for me.
Just think you could be on a Teams call.
Ew.
Like, I'm
Ew.
aligned.
Ew.
Let's put a pin in that.
Oh my God.
Let's take this offline.
Yes, I've heard you use all those terms. It's terrifying. I kind of want to do this part afterwards. But it's where you go in and you start adding in all the details. But I was sitting at a weird angle. And so her hair looked strange.
You're definitely not at a weird angle now.
Well, I mean...
I wish you guys could see Kimball right now.
It's like I got to keep my huge noggin out of the camera's way, but like... I had to like rotate.
Miss Linux says, I just love watching Kimball coloring!
Oh, thank
Looking
you.
awesome.
Thanks. Hopefully it continues to look good.
But she was probably like, I just love watching Kimball coloring. Looking awesome.
I don't know. That sounds a little too proper.
I don't know. You'll have to let us know if you were screaming it or not.
I don't know about screaming, but the children
Emotionally
were
screaming.
I always think about Peter Pan when I hear someone say screaming. I'm all, the children were screaming.
You know what other movie line we say a lot?
Which one?
From Hook, when he walks up to Robin Williams and pushes his skin back, and he's like, "It's you, Peter."
There you are, Peter.
There you are, Peter.
I love here, like, we do it all the time. You're like,
Well,
whatever
it's
it
been
is.
a while.
I know. I always do that when I, like, look at your face and want you to feel a little older than you really are.
Thanks.
There you are, Rocky. We're going to call that good for now. It is not done. But, I mean, I could work on her hair for another hour, and that is a lot. See, I'll give you an idea of what I want to do. Just kind of like this. And it's subtle, and it takes forever.
Individual strands.
Kinda. It's more like ribbon.
Ribbon.
Like,
Ribbon.
But yeah, it can really take forever. But it's fun. It's just not fun to, watch.
Are you sure?
I mean, coloring a whole picture is one thing, but coloring strands of hair for an hour, like, no.
Well, your hands have never looked thinner.
Thank you.
It's because you're giving them that workout coloring the ribbons.
Yeah. Anyway, I will do that on my own time, because that's, like, a lot. Let's bring the green. Let's do leaf green light and oxide of chrome, which that just sounds like a bad guy in a movie or something. I am oxide of chrome. Maybe not.
But it sounds like a bad guy. Like,
yeah, like he came up with his own
I
villain
don't even
name.
want to know what his character development is.
Bettina. He's like, I'm gonna age your metal stuff. I'm gonna make your chrome look like crap. The crappy chromer.
Coloring View says, "Hey everyone!"
Well, hello and welcome.
Trisha says, "I admire your perseverance with coloring. I cannot do that."
I admire your perseverance with watching me color. I cannot do that. Let's add some yellows. I think I'm not gonna do all the leaves. I'm just gonna do the big ones.
Coloring View says, "Let's rock."
Let's rock and roll.
Miss Lennox says, "Oxide of chrome dressed in hooker's green." LOL.
Girl, you looking fancy.
Coloring View says, "I love my Camilla books." I have
They're so much fun.
Castle Art pencils.
Oh, well, let's color together.
Coloring View says, "Thumbs up and shared."
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Very much appreciated.
Every like and share definitely helps me out. I mean, helps the channel out. I don't know. That seems weird when people are like, it really helps the channel out. I'm like, doesn't that mean just like it helps you out? Like,
The channel, Kimball.
I am my channel.
I know, but so is everyone else.
Well, that's true.
Includes them.
That is true. You know what? We are all channel people.
We're a community.
And I am your leader. So, be scared.
Wow.
All right, this one's behind the leaves, so we're just going to darken it up. It is a pretty color. I guess I'm assuming it's like when your chrome turns gross and oxidizes. I'm assuming that's why it's oxide. It gets that weird green color to it.
Mm.
I'm just going to do a couple of gradients with it. I don't know what kind of leaves these are supposed to be, but...
All right, Kimball.
Yes, my
Of
love.
all the art stores you've ever been into in your entire life, not talking about like chain or like specific like store brand, but like actual store location, what's your favorite one you've ever been into?
What do you mean store location?
Like art store location. Like what's your favorite art store and where was it? Which actual store?
Well, what if my favorite store isn't in my favorite place?
Yeah, I'm talking about the store itself.
I'm confused.
You're like, so let's say like I like Michael's, but it's the one in Dallas, Texas, at this location.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Get with the program.
Well, I thought you were like
Kimball.
saying pick the favorite location of a store, and I was like, that's weird.
Okay,
and then
moving on.
pick your favorite. Okay, I do love Michael's. They have everything.
Yeah, so which one?
Well, my favorite Michael's was probably the one in Hunt Valley, Maryland.
Why is that?
Because it was new, and it was huge, and it had everything and then some. Plus Hunt Valley was just pretty. And it was a nice drive to go out there.
Okay, so now, like, non-Michael's art store. Which one?
Gosh. I really love, like, L. Cornelison and Sons. And I really like the other one that I can't think of, Green and Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are really pretty stores, and they have really pretty things. I think El Cornelison and Son is, like, one of the prettiest stores. It's not really an art store, though. It's a stationery store, but the Graphiques, Melodies Graphiques, Graphiques Melodies, Melodies Graphique in Paris. That place is really pretty too. They have a lot of really cool stuff. But the location isn't like amazing or anything. But the store itself is gorgeous. What are some other places?
It was your question.
Oh well, all right. I'm just adding random little shady bits to the leaves. Not really going all out with them. Just trying to keep the darker sides to the left.
Coloring View says Plaza Arts Material in Rockville, Maryland. How did we never find that place?
Well, where's Rockville? We only went to Rockville like once or twice. It wasn't.
But still, there was an art store there. How did we never know about it?
Because there was a Michael's like always right next to us.
No, but it's Plaza Arts Material, Kimball.
That is very true.
Plaza Arts Material.
Now that you've said it twice, I really believe it.
Every time I hear the word plaza, I want to be like, plaza.
I always think of plasma.
Oh.
And then I think of like my friends donating her plasma, and that was gross.
Trisha asks, what was the one in Italy where you bought the handmade watercolors?
Oh, Zecchi. That place was cool too. In Florence.
Trisha knows more about us than we do, okay?
Yeah, Zecchi was really cool too. I would make a special trip to Florence just to buy some more of their stuff, because I didn't buy a lot because it was, a little pricey. It's all handmade, and I didn't know how it was. But now that I know, it is gorgeous. I just never use it. Why? Because I only got 3 colors, and so I'm so limited. Limited. Kind of excited to see the Wicked movie. I couldn't get through the book when I was little. I was just like, this is so boring. Like, and it's not because it's boring. There's a ton of stuff happening in it. It's just, it's very political and...
Like the themes were boring?
Yeah, for stuff that I like to read. It's... Yeah. So I wasn't... I don't know if... When I went to go see the play, like the Broadway show, I wasn't too excited to see it because I have heard so much about it, and I've seen so much promo stuff about it.
And we listened to the musical over and over and over and over again.
So yeah, going into it, I was like, okay, it's gonna be new visually, but like, I've heard it and I've heard so much about it that I don't know. And then I didn't really love it. I was kind of like, I'm bored. I hate to say that because it is fantastic. So
I got a little sleepy.
Yeah, I am really looking forward to the movie though. Hopefully...
As Jeff Goldblum!
Well, I mean, we
could have asked him in the elevator, be like, are you the wizard?
I know. Like, I'm kind of bummed I didn't talk to him, but like, I really don't like bothering...
Don't be bummed. You'll have your chance, Kimball.
I just don't like bothering famous people. Like, they get it enough that I don't need to be part of that.
Well, Coloring View says the Plaza Arts Material is better than Michael's. It is heaven.
Wow.
It is heaven!
Why am I not there right now? Let's try this bluish green just back here. Just see if it looks good as a shadow. It does not. It does not. We've tried that. We've decided we don't like it. Leaf green deep is... I don't know if it's dark enough. No, I'll just stick with the oxide. Just a 2-color thing for this. I could add white, actually. Or maybe even like a gold. Like the leaves are just changing a little bit. Not all of them. I'll just do it on some of them to give them...
That little something special. It's like the nutmeg.
Make them go, what is that? But also it differentiates them up a little bit. Makes them look a little different. It's so subtle you can't really tell, but you also can, because I'm telling you. And I am telling you...
Trisha says, I loved Wicked the stage show, but when I went to see Les Miserables, I could have slept right through.
Yeah, I'm not like...
I feel like I would probably sleep for that one too.
Same with Les Mis is... I don't even think there's spoken word in that, right? The whole thing is music. Like, they sing every single thing in there, right?
I have no idea.
I want to say they do. Maybe that's why I was like, meh, when I watched it, but... And then I just feel bad, because I know people are busting their butts to make these, but, you know, whatever. It's not my job to like it.
Not everyone has to like everything.
That's true. Just going to color these on her face. Well, these ones are kind of on the other side of her face. They can all be a little bit darker. No real bright highlights on them.
And then I went and saw SpongeBob the musical, and I was like, this is amazing.
When I saw Kinky Boots, I thought was fantastic live.
Yeah. That had the singer from Scissor Sisters in it.
Yes, it did.
Jake something or other.
It was the woman.
What?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. The one from... I always call them Plate Tectonics. What?
Pentatonics?
Pentatonics, yeah. She was in it too. It was very good.
Eric wonders, have you seen any stage shows in the UK?
No.
Have we? No.
No. But our friend is working on a show here that we'll probably go see.
I will definitely go see
it. And by probably, we'll go see it. But it's close. I don't know how far off it is from being, like, ready.
Kimmel and I lately have just had such a hard time doing anything that requires like a booking or an appointment or like we just don't want to be bothered with any kind of deadlines or anything, especially with my work. I'm just I'm so deadline oriented and so work-ish.
I mean, if you watch our blogs, you know that we don't plan anything.
Yeah, I want to go and experience life. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to, I don't want to research too much. I just want to go walking around and like zone out.
Yeah, we're lazy, is what we're trying to say.
Trisha says, my favorite has to be the Rocky Horror Show. I've been to see that several times. I would definitely go see that. I still have not seen that in person.
I have not either. I've only seen the movie.
I have used the GIF of Tim Curry being like, anticipation, like so many times at work.
I loved him. If you've seen the movie Legend with Tom Cruise and I want to say Mia Sara, so good. Tim Curry played
Innocence. He played Satan.
It wasn't Satan. It was
the devil.
I think his name was Dark. I think it was called Dark.
Beelzebub.
The Darkness.
Okay, the Darkness. Right.
But yeah, I believe in a thing called love.
Wow.
Her eyes confused me, so I just added some color.
Trisha says you would love it. Don't forget to get dressed up. Isn't there like the house they filmed at? Isn't it somewhere here?
Probably. I mean, that would make sense.
Because the people, we watched the vloggers that went and visited it, right? And they stayed inside the place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can actually stay in one of the rooms or something, but I feel like this wasn't dark enough, so I'm bringing in a weird blue. I don't know.
As long as it's weird, that's fine.
Yeah, it is weird for sure. I'm like, is this supposed to be the white of her eye? Or is that, like, not? I'm going to color it in as the white of her eye. So I'm just toning it down a little. I don't know. Whatever.
This is what happens when you eat too much grass-fed, grass-finished beef. You just turn green.
Yeah. A couple more leaves in her hair. I'm not sure what to do with all... I might leave all the little white ones white, actually.
Denise says, Mia Sara was in that movie. She was also in Ferris Bueller's Day Off!
Heck yes, she was.
She screamed it.
So good.
Denise was so excited. She was shouty capsing.
Shouty cap. Who was in Labyrinth?
Shouty caps. What?
Was it also her in Labyrinth?
No.
Or was that Jennifer?
Jennifer. Hello. You knew the answer to that.
Jennifer. Well, I get them confused a lot when I was younger, so...
Who would possibly?
Now I'm the exact same. I still get them confused. All right.
How did John Hughes make so many classic movies? I feel like he could do no wrong.
I was thinking of Bluth. What's his name? John Bluth?
John Candy?
No. Five Goes West.
Oh, Don Bluth? The artist?
Yeah, that's just what I thought of when you were... And I was like, yeah, Five Goes West. And then you started talking about the other thing. I was like, oh, yes, not the same person. Different. I could do blue... Let's do pale blue flowers. Because...
Did you say Bluth flowers?
Shut up. Because her hair is orange. So let's mix cerulean and cobalt turquoise. because they are compliments, so it'll be very vibrant and pretty, hopefully. Or it'll look like crap, but whatever. We're hopeful up in here.
Which flowers are these ones in her hair?
Just in her hair, yeah.
Okay.
Because they don't really look like roses. They could be any kind of flower.
Valentine's Day's over. Oh my god, I ordered a thing of flowers. So we went to London last Saturday. Was it last Saturday or Sunday?
It was yesterday.
Or was it Wednesday? It was Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
On Valentine's Day. And I ordered flowers and had them delivered to the house so I could surprise Kimball when we got home.
Aww.
And I ordered pink, blue, and yellow flowers, like a bouquet. Because those are like some of his favorite colors to paint with. And told them, hey, make sure to come to this address, not this other address, whatever. They call me in the car with Kimball. They're like, hey, we're here, and there's no one here. And I was like, just leave them on the table. And they're like, there's no table. I'm like, you're at the wrong address. And I'm telling, and Kimball's like, who is that? And I'm like, I had to have some stuff delivered from work, and they just didn't know where to go. So I had them leave it on the table, and then I had to get my neighbor to come and pick them up for us. And I was trying to like play this whole story that I had to order stuff for the studio and all this stuff. And Kimball was like, I think he was buying it.
Yeah.
And
although in the future, I will not be buying your little work crap to the house anymore.
I know. I need to see every time I do something and I lie to Kimball, I have to come up with something new every time.
Because it's been a couple times now, and I'm like, okay, you don't have stuff sent to the house anymore.
So anyway, we get back, and they had delivered us all like just red roses. I was all.
Well, it has white lilies and red lilies in it too, which I think those are funeral
so
flowers.
Not what I ordered,
but whatever.
But yeah, I mean, like mourn your love.
Yeah.
They're pretty though, and we found out that if you leave pennies in them, that they last longer because we watched a TikTok where some guy put like 15 different things in water with them, including bleach and like sugar, and that did not work.
And a battery.
The things that worked were a battery that you let corrode with the flowers worked.
And pennies.
Pennies and flower food.
Yeah, those were the three top ones.
But if you guys ever want to, on the cheap, just throw some pennies in there. Or some pence.
Dude, they don't have pennies
Something
here.
with copper. Do you guys have copper here in the UK? Well, you're out of luck. Your flowers got to use flower food. Sorry, or a corroded battery.
I mean, of course people are watching from the States as well, but...
No. How many Kimmies do the Castle... I can't see this comment. I'm assuming it says Castle pencils get.
I would say like 4.5.
Out of...
5.
Okay.
Just like, the Kimmies and the vlogs.
I just didn't know. I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, well, now you know. We're all up to speed. Speaking of speed, what are we at here?
You've been going for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I should probably call it good.
Wrap it up. If I was a producer, I'd be like rolling my hands in the background, like trying to tell you to roll it,
Makes me think of Straight Talk. Oh, wrap it up.
Or I just hold a condom up.
I love Dolly Parton. Rocky,
Did you get my joke?
Sheath it. Yes. Just adding a little shading with a very dark blue.
Sue Connor says, hi, Kimball and Rocky. I saw Kinky Boots at the Providence Performance Arts Center. Made it to 2 lives in a row.
Oh, so good.
I'm on a roll. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you, too. Where did
Nice to see you, Sue.
We saw it in, I don't know what theater it was. It was in New York, that's all I know.
Pantages? I don't know. I don't know what it was.
Just say a word. That's probably a theater.
The weirdest theater event I ever went to was called... Oh my god, what was it called?
Oh god, the creepy one where
Something
they make you...
No More.
Sleep?
Sleep No More. And it was in a giant...
And I most certainly would not sleep ever again after that.
It was in a giant warehouse. And it was all the different levels of this place were decorated. You could walk freely throughout, and it was all decorated like old time England and like all these different like hospital in the woods, all this stuff. And you'd walk around, and the actors would go around and like act out this play, and they wouldn't talk to you. They would pretend you're not there, but they would like basically go and like act out all these moments, and they wouldn't really talk, and it was really creepy. And they would pull people into like bathrooms and stuff, and they wouldn't let you out until you like fed them with a syringe, or they'd like make out with you. All this really random stuff.
Or like they would take a shower, and then like you'd have to like hand the towel to them.
And I remember I went with Jenna. I don't think Jenna's here tonight. She could vouch for this, but she ended up getting pulled into a room, and by the time we left, she had like fake blood all over her, and we had like masks and stuff like that we had to wear because you have to like mask up. And then we rode the subway home. And we got back, and she's like, I just realized I rode through the subway, like, dressed like I'd been, like, killed someone, basically.
She looked really good, though.
Oh, my God, it was hilarious. But that was, like, one of the most interesting theater experiences, and the first part of it, they put you on this giant elevator, and so like you're with your group of people that you're with, and then they'll just like
Take
push.
you away.
They'll like start to like pretend they're letting people off, and then they'll just stop everyone else and like push them off on some level and close the doors and keep moving, and so they're just alone.
Yeah, that's a no for me.
Oh my
That is
god,
a big
I
fat
can't
no.
even imagine if you went.
All right, we're gonna call it good because it's been an hour and a half. I might do a lot of touch up to her hair like later. I don't know. Not planning on it anytime soon, but you know, her hair is not finished to me.
Well done.
Needs a lot of work.
Well
but,
done.
You know,
well done.
I've been coloring.
Well
too
done.
Long. I've been coloring.
Well done.
I've been coloring.
Take it off.
That's what she said.
And then push that up out of the way if you could. Be a darling.
I'll do everything.
Let me get this camera. Okay. Let me just, you guys, everyone, times.
Let's get the
There
hair,
we go. Kimball.
The hair curl.
Let's see what you did.
You know, it's funny because like I do these full on paintings
Oh,
and like
Kimball.
Yeah.
Another one for the fridge. Okay, moving on.
Oh my god, it never gets old. In like 45 minutes, I do like a full on painting, and then just doing colored pencils on somebody else's thing. I didn't have to draw this. Hour and a half. What?
Well, Trisha says she looks fabulous.
Thanks, Trish.
She looks fabulous. High School Musical for you?
Yeah.
You okay?
Are you okay
I'm
there?
good.
Like inhaling your face.
Miss Lennox says, love it. Fabulous.
Oh, why, thank you, darling.
Fabulous.
Thanks. Oh, the thing.
The thing. Go get it, Kimball.
I'm gonna go get the thing.
Go get the thing over there. I can't zoom because there's chats in the way.
There's the thing.
All right, let's see it. Oh my god, but the most important thing is, look, there's a dog with her, and then if you turn it around, the dog has a little X booty. That's where his poop comes out. All right, Kimball.
So cute. Yes.
What else you want to talk about?
Nothing, because we've kept everyone here for far too long.
It's only been 96 minutes, okay? It's fine.
Yeah. But we're done.
Eric says, gorgeous. The colored pencil piece looks great too.
Oh, thank you, darling. Yes, it's been lovely and wonderful, and I hope you all enjoyed it. And we will, I don't know what we're doing next week.
You have a whole week to figure it out.
I don't think that far ahead. Any suggestions, leave in the comments or throw them out before we sign off. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm just going to put my pencils away because I'm a good person.
And I'm going to put my pants on. Everything's going to be great.
What? Don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you again next week. Possibly on Wednesday. Well, Wednesday's just going to be a short, so, you know, whatever. If I feel like it, I don't know.
I know, be really excited.
Oh my god, I might do a short on Wednesday if I'm feeling up to it. I don't know at all. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. No commitments here.
I think we read most of the comments, but we love you guys, and Kimball's going to give you the sign-off music at 97 minutes and 22 seconds. Go.
Yeah, you say that like I'm not exhausted.
You've got it.
Blah, blah, blah. It's... I don't remember her name anymore. Poison Ivy.
Good job.
She's got red hair and green leaves, and now it's time to say bye. It's been lovely.
They're noise canceling. I can't.
You can't
What's that?
find... Do I just hit the X?
No.
Why is everything different now?
No,
I love you guys. Okay, bye.